Welcome back. It appears the duck hasn't removed me from the payroll yet, so I guess we're here for another week. He gave me some feedback about my last video and said I appeared angry. Well, I was, but I'm surprised he picked up on it. I felt I was a little too subtle with my anger and worried that it would not come across in the video. I guess it's nice to know my emotions are being conveyed correctly, but I am a much happier and more fulfilled person now. I'm still talking to my dating site match, and it's getting a little serious. While I'm not usually one to do this because I find it cheesy, we've given each other pet names. Since I can't say their name without jeopardizing both their safety and my anonymity, I can say that they're my Jelly Bean Pop-Tart. It would make more sense if you had access to our conversations, which you won't because some have been rather steamy. Sorry, I'll try to keep it in check, but I know you all love to know how my bunker dating life is going. I get it. I'm basically a carnival attraction at this point. Look at the bear in the bunker trying to love. Doesn't he know that living in an underground bunker and being unable to leave is a red flag along the same lines as finding out they're married? That they make a living organizing illegal underground gerbil fights and putting pineapple on pizza. Online dating is a jungle, people. I've matched with some incredibly terrible individuals. But that's all changed because the haters were wrong. My Jelly Bean Pop-Tart thinks my bunker sounds like an excellent living situation and says it just means that I own property, which is a rarity in this day and age. I love how Jelly Bean Pop-Tart just gets me. Anyway, I guess I should come clean with a conspiracy to reveal to you that probably won't pop out of these boxes. And I got a good one based on something I encountered this week. About 3 weeks after we started talking, I decided to send my love flowers after they revealed during one of our first conversations that no one in their life had ever surprised them like that. Of course, I couldn't use the internets to order my flowers because I'm not dumb. That's how they find you. Who is they? Of course, depends on who you've angered. It could be the government, evil, LLC, the Illuminati, or whatever ancient cabal decided the late 80s to early 90s animated TV show Gummy Bears was a good idea. I have no proof that the show's an actual conspiracy, but I can't find anything else to explain that era of television. Because I couldn't use the internets, I had to order the flowers over the phone and got that ever-present voice saying, "We are experiencing a higher than usual call volume. Thank you for your patience." I don't have no damn patience, and neither does anyone who listens to that message. That's why every company is permanently experiencing a higher than usual call volume. You see, the message is to rile you up so that when you reach a person, your anger is at a fever pitch, and the lowly peon who answers your call has to sit back and take your rage. Why is this done? Well, the peons have to be compliant, and while management can't curse them out and compare them to the worst human being imaginable, customers can. Nothing breaks an employer more than being called or worse than. Once they've been called those things, they are far more compliant. And yes, I did say all of those to the person who took my flower order for Jelly Bean Pop-Tart, and I'm certain there will be no problems with my order. Now that we got that out of the way, let's see what we can find in the boxes. seems like Southern California did not suit Lowell Clemenson, also known as the mythical creature known as Bigfoot, as well as anyone in the company had hoped. They had to move him again. Everything was going fine in California. Bernice made friends with several other rich celebrity wives, with their wine socials, wine book clubs, wine hanging out at each other's homes, and, well, I think you catch the idea. If wine was involved, Bernice and her rich friends were there and drinking. The kids loved their new school too, with Gargantua, now known by Big G, joining the hip-hop dance crew, and Maddie, the hairy one, becoming interested in theater, with appearances in a few commercials. Even Lowell seemed happy with the change in scenery. His microbrewery was thriving, and he'd partnered with another local cryptid, the Fresno Nightcrawler, to start a gastropub. It was growing quite well until the worst possible event occurred. Lowell was spotted at grocery chain Whole Foods. Wait, that's not right. Whoever typed this up must have thought they were funny. He ran into his ex-girlfriend Christine at Whole Foods. Honestly, that was going to be a problem no matter where we put him. You see, before Lowell settled down with Bernice, he was very promiscuous. He never lacked for companionship, if you catch my drift. There was always someone in his bed. Man, woman. Lowell didn't care back then. He made Wilt Chamberlain look restrained. No matter where we put him, this was going to be an issue. Why I didn't know he was moved again was apparently because they decided to use a smaller team for the second move. There was much discussion about where to send Lowell and his family. I say much, mostly because a PR guy kept ignoring the client's issues and suggesting places like Des Moines, Tulsa, other small places. He thought those places could use a mascot like Bigfoot. He kept talking about how there was ways they could say Bigfoot was there without pointing to Lowell, as if a hairy 7.5-foot tall man with a thick coat of sandy blonde fur and size 37 shoes would be mistaken for anything else at parent-teachers conferences. Eventually, they did the right thing and locked the PR guy out of the room before deciding to move Lowell and his family to Florida. Why Florida? Because sun, sand, and all the other great things Florida has to offer, being the vacation and retirement destination of the United States, with its sandy beaches and friendly population. God damn it, the PR guy wrote this. The CIA is once again asking for Evil LLC's assistance with removing an infestation from their offices. As par for the course, this is nothing unusual. If the CIA could even wipe their behinds without assistance, Evil LLC would lose half their clients. The infestation this time is an old one. Furbus. The furry little mogwai-looking toys got into the heating system not long after the creature's initial release in 1998 because Furbus gained sentience. I'm gonna jump in here. This is the duck. It took me hours in the editing bay to realize he was saying Furbies. Since I assumed his Kentucky Fried Menthol accent would confuse others, I just thought I'd clear it up right now. Realizing that they had a tribal situation on their hands, the CIA swallowed their pride and said they were banning the toys from their offices for fear of being surveillance devices. In reality, the Furbus were being rooted out of the heating system with the only thing that can kill a Furby: flamethrowers. It appears that Evil LLC may have missed some originally, and the creatures have been hiding for over 2 decades waiting to strike, or a new breed has arrived. It must be aquatic, because it's been discovered in the plumbing. It also learned how to scare humanity, because nothing is more terrifying than sitting on the toilet and hearing a robotic voice from below say, "Hungry." Attached to the report is a requisition for new items to fight this new breed of Furby, since flames will not kill water Furbus. Instead, they are requesting cattle prods to stick into toilets to lure out the Furbus. I'll get this one done real quick since it's an easy one. Surveillance being done on the elves suggests they're preparing for another offensive, their first since 2020. For those who don't know, consider yourselves lucky. This is one of the only times Evil LLC has done something that I agree with, keeping the elves down. The elves, for those who don't know, are the environment lost fauna, with an S for reasons unknown. It's animals that have lost their environment to people, are fed up, and have decided to rise up. This may seem like a good idea, but their tactics are less than savory. With their leader, a deer named Howard, who stole his backstory from the movie Bambi, they have kidnapped people and shot videos of them being trampled. I'm certain they would get more views if they used a more popular streaming site than TruthVids, but they've been kicked off of every reputable streaming site. Worry not though, because Evil LLC always has people inside the leadership of the elves. Some animals prefer humanity, and others can be bribed. Such was the case in 2020, when moose were bribed to betray the elves. I cannot say for certain what the moose were given, but I am at least partially certain that there is a community in Canada made entirely of moose. Well, that's it. I need to get back to chatting with Jellybean Pop-Tart. They said we might start voice chatting, which, based on research I've done, means we're only a few days away from phone sex, and I have the perfect voice for that. Good night, people. Stay suspicious.